Shit. Um, am I too far gone? Or are you made of stone? Ding, ding. Sweet, sweet heart of mine, I'm gonna break again a million times. Or are you too far gone? Or are you made of stone? 89. This is how the Mormons believe that when justice is broken, which it clearly is, because my attorney, he signed guilty for me, put in a guilty plea for me against my plea. I just found out that for the past 2 years, 2 or 3 years apparently, I have been appearing by phone. It says that every past 22 months, 22 months, not 24 by the way. So apparently, I supposedly had my child about 2 months. And I lost my child 2 months after. Technically I did. Meaning the bitch was using my name. Uh, I've been appearing by phone, supposedly, but Betsy keeps saying I can't have a phone. He put in a guilty plea for the public false alarm in 2019 when there was 2 Stevie Lee McGrains on the police report. It was dropped against me January 7th, 2020 in Lincoln before I went to the dentist. But it, see, the thing was, it was kept open against the Mr. Stevie Lee McGrain, who apparently is my same age and lived in Winterport, my parents' old house. You don't think that maybe he could have used my identity, do you? And then they got my child? And then they told everybody I was a horrible person? Because they kept saying my batterer's class. Well, I was a victim, and they only do it for men. So... And my DNA, no, it will not match up as the father's, by the way. And I did not put in that guilty plea because I am not pleading guilty to or pleading no contest, meaning that they have more evidence to prove than I do to prove I'm guilty, that I am a man. So no, I will not plead guilty. And my attorney is a fucking asshole. And also, I tried telling everybody there was 150 Native American children that were taken by different states, DHS, DCF, from their parents on their reservations, sent to a school. Somebody went and checked. They found 150 dead Native American children. Like, just recently. I don't understand why you guys are not letting me, take my place. Everybody kept saying who's supposed to be in charge. Well, I am. It also states in the Mormon Bible that, and a lot of other ones, that, when the second coming comes, that God would rid the system we have right now, and get rid of it and start a whole new one. When it's good and just, and that's kind of what it's supposed to be. Tribal law. Like the princess rules, right? Like, you would go to England, right, and tell the Queen of England to fuck off, would you? That's basically what you did to me. You wouldn't be holding her children, would you? Because you've been holding my children since 2016, a year after I and my great uncle, we took the whole world back. My uncle was murdered. He was stabbed and attacked in his home on the Indian reservation. They said it was a trip and fall, and he then died in the hospital where they took my children, and we separated from the state, who also tried to kill me. Because the social worker wanted to know why I had a world leader status and a religious leader status. Or religious whatever. And I asked what that had anything to do with my ability to parent. Around that same time, I was beaten on my front lawn by girls that were with Chris and his brothers. I just remember one girl who I just heard that he recently was protecting, who was part of the seance with my child. I just remember her coming around the house, and she was one of the first ones to hit me in the head with a shovel when I went to get the mail. and I was left on my front lawn. So, yeah, basically, Stevie Lee McGrain, baby girl babbles, love you. I'll keep trying. Maybe now I can do something. I don't really know. Doesn't seem like much is going to change. I was getting, my hopes up because LePage said he was going to de-seat Mills, and I thought that was fucking awesome. Still waiting on Baldacci to, admit that, the Baldacci law firm was, in fact, with my brother-in-law at the time, Michael Havlin, my son's uncle, was there, and, in fact, knows that we were separating from state. And it was because of my children, and my great-uncle stated that no one was ever to take my children. So even if I did anything wrong, you still took my children against the law. It's against the law. You've been holding my children for 5 years. For no reason. There are children that are dying. Maybe it's because you give the children to not their father, who has the same name and looks a lot like him. Not the father, who was the danger. Because of Marissa Kennedy, you guys took my child because you thought I was going to do something? And then I'm the danger because I was beaten? Well, what about the 7 times the cops never came out there? So I'm not the danger because I didn't leave. Because I technically couldn't leave because I was being blackmailed by the Florida trafficking ring. Which is I take it very seriously. My children's lives are very important to me, and I'm very upset that they don't matter to any of you. I don't know if you guys understand the message you are sending to these children. But you're disgusting. You're disgusting.